There are conversations that shape how we live. Conversations that help us navigate challenges of life. Conversations that bring out the best in us. This is where we gather to help each other find the way and unleash our potential. Welcome to the Benjamin Zulu Global.
Psychologist, relationship coach, the one, the only
Benjamin Zulu.
Benjamin Zulu himself.
And last thing I say, don't get children before you have a man, because carrying the child is very burdensome. It will break you, to delay you. Taking care of them emotionally, taking care of them financially will take away your time. If you already have a child, manage from where you are. But please don't go to the out of foolishness, saying me and my boyfriend decided to conceive. You and your boyfriend. You and my friend. You're too naive. It is you who will experience that thing. The pain is yours. My point there was accept femininity and softness as your heritage on the earth. Not struggling. Women should only work to be self-reliant. Riches for who? You don't need to work for the riches at this time. Work for self-reliance. Whatever small life you can do, the salary you have. I don't want you to go to Kuwait, then you miss your dating seasons because you are chasing riches at this time. This time is just for self-reliance, so you can judge men objectively, not because they gave you fare. Fare is for those who are selling their body. Are you selling your body? No, they're paid to transport the body, come, get used, and go back. What is the net benefit? Whatever change from the fare, that's it. Bring yourself so that you can listen to the character with neutrality. And if he starts preaching, you can live in between. Hey, excuse me, go to the washroom and never come back. Some of them preach sermons and another sermon and they bang the table, they get worked up and tell you God intended for women. It's not a date. Yes, another question, please. Yes, your name, please.
Hi.
Hi.
My name is Milka.
Yes, Mecca.
And we are having a discussion here with my friend Jane, who I've just met today.
Oh, I like that. Mecca and Jen, they're friends, new friends. Clap for them! And I also meet Andrew, Michael. So are we together? Make sure beyond Jen, you also go to Devi. All right, let's go.
So,
are you taking any single? We want to know.
No, I am very, very single.
Oh, I like that.
I'm ready to mingle.
I like that. Yes.
So we are discussing about how we women are putting the work to make ourselves better and make ourselves ready for marriage.
Yes.
How we improve on our femininity, of course assisted by videos from you, and we thank you for that as women.
Most welcome.
But we are also experiencing a situation where I think men are not making themselves very ready.
Hey.
Or is it the women that we get to interact with? And it's very unfortunate that once you get so attracted to a man, and at the beginning when they are wooing you, you feel like you can now give in. But there's something you mentioned about men being controlling.
Yes.
And once we have gotten into your box, they begin being very controlling.
You're right.
And now you have to wonder and doubt yourself, like, did all the work I put in here, is it going to waste? And I think it's very frustrating for a lot of women. So what can we do about it? And you also tell us, being a man,
yes,
why are men controlling once a woman is on their side? What is this thing that keeps you wanting to control these women, especially when they are in that speed of that overtaking speed that we've already talked about?
Ooh, welcome. The controlling is usually masqueraded fear. He's a very fearful man. He doesn't think he's giving you what you deserve. Or sometimes they also sense that your energy is very fast. And himself is not doing anything to evolve himself. One way you can insulate yourself before you fall and say yes. While he's pursuing you, listen whether his language includes a transformation he has experienced because of his dad or father figure or mentor. If a man has not been shaped by another man, you are going to experience the void of him lacking maturity, being a boy who is emotionally immature, insecure, and the insecurities of a man are impossible to manage. You've already seen that, isn't it? You want to check your phone, which man is that who was calling you? What kind of nonsense is that? Aren't you a grown-up? Women should have a life, by the way. Every now and then I want my wife to just drive away and go. I don't know where she has gone. She's just having a life. You should have a life. See, I found you living life. marrying or you becoming my fiance or wife or girlfriend does not mean I pocket you or I swallow you. You have an existence. All right? Perfect. Which other question are we dealing with? People are very zealous. Yes. Please tell us your names and whether you are taking us and go, oh, all right, then you shall go to my sister Ingrid after that. Yes.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah. I'm Joseph Maina.
Yes, Joseph.
25 years of age.
Hey, I like that.
Finalizing my business management in this university.
Wow.
So the end is looking glamorous.
It looks glamorous.
If you can put it backward, I finished high school in 2018.
Yes.
I did not know how I did there. I was raised by my grandma. Both my parents died when I was young.
Oh.
Okay, so 2018, 2 years I tried doing sandpaper.
Okay.
Become Sasa. And after that, now my grandma has been doing landscaping.
Yes.
The flowers, nature, the golden bulbs and those stuff.
Yes.
So in 2020,
yes,
I decided to do that as a niche.
Yes.
My etap. So I started from ground.
Yes.
That business. So I grew fast. I became a village champion by 2022.
Oh.
Years later, yes.
Wow.
So I thought I've attained everything until I met an MC. He's called Mr. Benjamin.
Yes. Yes.
He's an entrepreneur.
Yes.
Running multiple businesses. I mean, 500 employees plus.
Wow.
So he was living in Langata.
Yes.
So he had like 2 companies. Sold one company, shifted to Karen, he bought cash, and now a new home, new furniture, new items, and new landscaping.
Yes.
So that's how we met at Ngong Road. My shop is at Ngong Road. So he bought from me the flowers.
Yes.
And with flowers are like furniture. Once you buy it, flowers need maintenance.
Correct.
So with time, I will go and do maintenance and do maintenance.
Yes.
So here I am, no both parents. For now, you get the story.
Exactly.
For now, this man is a big entrepreneur. Big.
Yeah.
He controls his time.
Yeah.
And here I was a village champion saying I have a business.
You're right.
So 2022, 2023. So 2024 gave me an urge to go back to this to study. Understand? So after that, now I start to see what you're saying, the mentorship.
Correct.
The father, what the father has, the masculine energy. Last year, November, I started a place where I can do plants in large scale.
You're right.
So far, I have like 3,000 plants.
Wow.
Of seedling. These have been the influence of him. So to surprise you again today, I have a suitcase. So after this, I have to go and oversee. Him being a father, I feel now it's time to leave. And I'm so good at the chauffeur. I'm so good at what I do.
Yes.
I've tried to put times. His wife is refusing. But I feel it's time now for me now to exit.
Find your space, yes.
To depart and now hopefully and expand and grow. Because now the challenge is here. As a chauffeur, as driving, you are like a student also.
Correct.
You have to take the children. It doesn't tolerate. You have to take the children whether you like it or not. You have to wake up whether you like it or not. But you see, I can't. And the countryman is growing.
Correct.
Expanding the people out there. Even though I've tried to incubate that business for the past 1 year, I believe my presence there regularly will help now me expand it better.
So you're wondering how? Yes.
Yeah, I'm planning now to go and it's time for me to go.
You're right.
So there are 2 options. Either you say congratulations on the best job. Like now you see you've grown up, now you see you're fine and all this. So how do I maneuver? But my heart inside God is telling me I was the one who brought you there. You are a village champion, but the time is time to leave. So and I'm like, at the same time, the privilege in the privilege there in Karen and all this, the small privilege, I'm wondering what should I do?
That's honest from the heart, isn't it? And I think, guys, he's asking for the end of mentorship. Thank you, Joseph. I need to tell you about the end of mentorship. The end of mentorship is the people who journeyed with you. Laban, who grew Jacob from being a runaway from his brother to being now, he worked for him 7 years, or another 7 years. So he has been here 21 years. What so much? But now he's a man of his own. He has his own family. He has his own animals and herds. He's a man with a presence. He's no longer an errand boy What shall happen when Laban has not had the maturity to release you? This is what I tell you, because Joseph, you're also having other young people under you. You're going to grow others, and the time will come where you have reached. There's always a time to release people and let them go. It's Robert Greene who trained me, because I also had a similar struggle with a person who mentored me, and I revered them, honored them. But the time had come for me to go. You've heard of Michael Faraday? Michael Faraday, his mentor was called Davy. You've heard of Michael Faraday? Faraday, we use him as a measure of some of the illness because he discovered them. So he was an errand boy for Davy. When he had reached a place and he was doing his own invention, 12 years had gone, he needed to move forward, Davy was used and addicted to him. When you're a very good assistant, those who you work for, they're addicted to you because you're efficient, isn't it? And they don't want to release you. So what happened with Michael Faraday is that there was a nasty break with Davy. And I don't want to wait for a nasty break. What you usually do is this. Because you're beginning to feel restless, you will stop being efficient because you're struggling with showing up as an errand boy when you're already not a boy anymore, but a man. Isn't it? People are saying you are proud, nimekulea, sasa unajiona. You know, we have those kind of attitudes, eh? We have been to churches where you have called the pastor dad or the Mrs. Pastor mom. You mom, dad, until the time is come, you are mom of your own right, and dad of your own right in your own context, but they still want you to serve them like their child, eh? Okay? And you know, we say don't call anybody a parent because you're giving them the cursing and blessing power. That's too much power to give people. Don't call people that. Use the right names. Call them pastor, call them Mrs. Pastor, use the right titles. So bro, this is what I did. We have 3 methods. One is called clean cut. Depending on how emotionally risky, volatile the person you're dealing with is, you can do clean cut. Clean cut is when you leave without negotiations. Clean cut is when you leave them, you force them to adapt because you're not in and out. You do that one when it's urgent, you're needed where you need to go. You're just supposed to communicate either way, a message, whatever way, or one last event when there was a birthday for this, you announce in front there. Guys, I've been serving you, I've enjoyed so much. I may not be very available because I'm needed so much. Actually, I need to travel, and you stop responding, stop picking the calls. Within a week or so, they'll adjust. They'll be bitter, but you've already tried diplomacy didn't work. The second method after clean cut is called a slow fade. Slow fade is when you are in and out, in and out. My brother, are you Lucas? Oh, I was expecting you at around 12. Umechelewa na dakika 20. Thank you, my brother. But he has tried. He was already working. And aliniambia atakuja. And he has come. Ati, you do slow fade by being in and out. A whole day you are off. You appear again like that until they replace you gradually. You use that one when they are genuinely without many options. And they need to train someone else. You need to delegate to someone else to do the work. Not very efficient, but you train somebody, you teach them how it is worked. The other driver, you have them hire someone else. Slow fade. The last one is called sabbatical leave. Sabbatical leave is when you cannot say you are leaving because they cannot tolerate it. You tell Pharaoh you're just going to worship to the wilderness and you'll be back. They ask you, why are you carrying everything? No, I don't know what my God may require. He's unpredictable. That's why I'm carrying my couch. That's what they told Pharaoh. So sabbatical leave is when you pretend you'll be back. Many of you are related because you used that to break up with your attached obsessive ex. You pretended you're going for pilgrimage. Your grandmother has called all the grandchildren. You're disappearing off life for 1 week because there's a festival. There's no festival. You're just trying to get this character out of your space. So, my brother, I wish you well. By the time you reach 30, I don't want you to have an authority over you. Women don't want to marry a subject of another man. They want to marry a man of his own right, isn't it? Who you can make decisions with your wife and they are final. Can say, mimi nakupenda lakini sijui kama mamangu atakubali. Hebu nimuulize. No. We don't want you need to be confirmed by your mother whether you like me. I want you to make decisions. Your Zoom people, you have a question? Perfect. Who do I call? Prof. Oh, Prof, you're here. David. You can unmute David and talk.
Okay. Hello.
Hi. Yes, I can hear you.
I'm David.
Yes.
27 years old and not married.
You said you are where? Where are you talking from, David?
Poland.
Oh, Poland. Yes.
Yeah, I'm David from Poland. My master's in Marseille University.
Yes.
And currently I'm here for some small program about 5 months.
Okay.
I have a question.
Yes.
My question is this. How do you, a man like me, get attracted to a woman who has a growth mindset and balanced mindset? most ladies are they like to settle.
Yeah.
The one that I've encountered. How do you handle that? Because that one is like a turn on for me. Okay? The one who is serving and settlement side is like a turn off. We may want to talk, but I will feel some energy being used away, so I will feel somehow being cut from the lady.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yes.
That's the question. Now let me compliment on the first question that the lady asked about men who are controlling. With my knowledge that I have, is that in the world we have two types of men: a man who is mentored and a man who is not mentored, or a man who is mentored by the world but not by the father. A man who is mentored by the present father, emotionally, physically, and everything else, that man has learned the art of leading, not controlling. But a man who did not undergo through that process by having a father who is absent emotionally, who is like a soldier in the house,
Yes.
in their own chair, normal chair also set, that man may end up removing the negative masculinity, which is controlling. And again, on the side of a lady, on the side of a lady, they will feel some form of insecure. Number one factor that a lady will always feel with you is when they are so secure with you.
You're right.
Their first primary love is when they feel secure.
Secure, yeah.
That's the nature of a female species. Okay. Their first instinct is when they feel what? Secure.
That is Luo English, species. Yes.
Okay. So again, we have a lady who was brought up from an absent father.
Yes.
Maybe they fear their major fear is when a man is really leading them. But again, they don't like the lead. They don't have any sample of someone who has never led them to their life or to their life. So they tend to see leadership as controlling.
Yes.
Okay? But again, you have a lady who was now brought up by both parents and under whose leadership, and now will understand that now indeed this man is not controlling, but he's just taking his purpose to lead me.
You're right.
The work of a man is to hold a lady and lead them.
Yes, okay. David, I think I hear you.
The reason why God,
I will cut you a little bit, David, because I've heard your direction. I need to answer your question on what to do when you find settlers. Thank you so much, David.
Yes, thank you.
What do you do? Which lady want to answer, David? Akona shida sana anapatana na settling ladies who are too contented, and he's wondering what to do with. It's a put off. Do you want to answer that? All right. Where's the mic? Bring him here, Sylvia. There's an answer here from Betty Mwihaki. Yes, I think I got it right. Oh, this one, this microphone.
Hi everyone.
Hi.
My name is Betty Mwihaki. I'm an excited business coach, and I'm single currently. So I'd like to answer him.
Yes.
And tell him you become the people that you surround with. You don't expect that you go out there and you are a person who have a growth mindset, and you get a lady who is comfortable and expect that that person will come and change you. I have a mentor. I also have another question after I answer him. I have a mentor, and I was telling him, you see, and he was telling me this, that he usually admires the people who can work together and grow. But if you have a partner who is just contented, you will never grow. You'll have your own ambition, but you will admire people on the side. Remember, this person, we normally say the man has the vision, but the lady is the one who pushes it. That is usually how it is.
Yes.
It is usually. And I will tell you this, if you meet a person who is settled, it means she'll be comfortable with what you have. I was telling someone that imagine you get married, you marry a person, and because you a mansion, wanapata kila kitu, it will never change.
Yeah.
And that is how you find that, like, kuna watu, when they were getting married, they got this seat. Now, 20 years later, they still have that seat. Have you encountered those kind of people?
Yes.
Yes, because those people are settlers. They never changed. But you can meet someone, and within a year or 2 or 3, there is a lot of difference. Because most of the time that you spend, mostly at night, because that is when you spend with the person that you are with, you will likely become like that person. Another thing is that if you get that person who usually settle, what will happen, because you have a growth mindset, you might not want to hurt them, but you will start admiring a person with a growth mindset.
Yes, a work colleague or something.
No,
yes.
A work colleague, and now that is how I normally call them side shows. That's how side shows grow. That's how you wonder how come this person is more comfortable with let me use that, the side partner than
the main.
Why? Because these people, ukienda kwa nyumba, ukiwa na idea, they discourage you. But when you go out there, it is uplifted.
Yes.
So you can never outgrow a person who would have decided to settle. It takes a lot of work.
I know. And I think they're here because they're trying to grow. Thank you so much, Betty. And I want to add on to the top of that, David, the solution to a man who's dating like you, who is away in Poland building your life, you're going so far, David, the solution is to remember you are a prince. You are not a commoner. The reason you are so discouraged by many women is because princes are few. In every land, you only find the top. Those who want to grow, those who are intentional to go through the discomfort of self-improvement are few in the world. True of us. Whenever you determine to become a better person, you have chosen the side of minority. You will not settle with mediocrity anymore. Other people are buying trendy clothes. You avoid it because it's too common. Other people are buying because it's cheap. You are saying, I'm unique and my financial identity is that I belong to royalness. Give me the royal cloth. If it's not there, I'm not wearing. True of us. You are different. So, my brother David, I want you to stop being discouraged. When I told my mentor the same problem like that, I would meet ladies who tick every box on paper. You know, some people in theory are perfect. There are people just, everybody recommends, you like that guy. And truly, he's clean, but then he's too settled. You know, but you can't tell people that. You sound proud, isn't it? David, keep looking and you will meet another conqueror who is trying to establish an empire. I wanted a woman who was dreaming of building a legacy from their own. Imagine the Kirubis, the Kenyattas, so that you are the name henceforth. That would be the reference. I wanted a matriarch. A woman who was carrying capacity to raise generations, not just children. There are women who brag that their children are going to group of schools. My husband is sorry, our children are going to group of schools. Nonsense. Matriarch brags that my child can multiply 1,000 to become 2,000. Matriarch brags that my child makes their bed. They're not mude. They can be told, stop it, and they stop. They're obedient and they're driven, they're hungry, they're God-fearing, they're growing in lineage for legacy. I'm training myself into them. That's how a matriarch brags. These are the people, we have a jacuzzi, we bought this, my car is new, new number plate, look at my shoe, how much do you know it is? That's our commoners. The matriarch can go to Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia for holiday, and unless you find out, she won't bother bragging about it. Because that's who she is. You don't brag. When it is normal to you don't need to show it, isn't it? Some people must post everything, every stop between here and Dubai, because that's not their life. Once it happens, everybody must? No. But if it's your norm, actually when you upgrade in life, you become conscious about security. You don't want to keep announcing your movements too much, isn't it? Actually, you post the pictures after you come back. So you have gone to Dubai? I was there. And that's another time. That kind of a thing. If we did not ask where she came from, Sarah was not going to say, hey, you guys, by the way, you should remember I just landed. That's her life. It's us who had to insist who came. We had to insist so that we can also brag a little. She's just at peace with her life. It's your thing. Even if it's the first time to do it, it just feels right. This is where I belong. The first time I walked into Karen accidentally, I just lost my way. Let me confess, I was not going to Karen. I got lost. Then I found myself in places that have no crowds, no screaming matatus, no touts, no border, no congestion, no pollution, no pothole. The pavements were with grass. I could see the houses had names, canopy of trees. The air was, I said, this feels like home. It was this side of Westlands. Then I said, let me get lost more. Let me say, when you enter into that Mercedes, that Range Rover, it won't feel, oh my God, will I touch something and break? Oh my God, yeah, I'm sorry. No. You feel like, like this idea. This feels good. When I went to an aircraft and I'm going to normal seats, but I'm passing by seats that were very spacious, I'm wondering, why is not given this one? There was such a leg room. The guy just rested there, and they're being attended constantly. It's called business class. When you grow up, you afford that ticket. So Donald Trump says he has a friend who only flies business class, whether he has money or not. His level of thinking requires that. Look for small items in your life that inject faith. Okay? A rebelliousness of sort. It does not make sense, but it's your way of, you buy some items that are just not adding up. Fiona and that watch, yeah, it's my way of announcing where I'm going. Very good. All right. Somebody said, kindly talk of men who do social drinking despite being responsible of noble character. All right. Somebody who does social drinking. Social drinking is they drink to socialize. They have friends. They have a weekend out or something like, or just evening out. Those kind of. Is to distinguish them from alcoholic addicted. You understand? They take alcohol, but they're not addicted. This is a problem with alcohol, and I want you to be very careful with it. It's not the alcohol in wine that we take in our home sometimes, or champagne, things like that, that is the problem. This kind of social drinking where your friends are in that's where you go to unwind. The problem is location. What is the problem? Location. It's called social location. Say social location. Alcohol is different from cannabis and is different from other drugs because it's a social drink. It locates you in a certain community in order to enjoy it. So you end up connecting all your friends in that climate. You end up spending all your free time in that climate. You end up associating your high moments in that climate. So it's your social location. Will you carry your whole family to that place? So this person will spend their high moments away from family, away from their sons, away from their daughters. We don't see the economic priorities, but I want you to be, that factor is this. So the first factor of alcohol to be worried of is somebody must spend many hours with their friends drinking, and there must be a way where people usually drink in the clubs. Number two is that they will end up having their social networks among people who drink that way, because that's where they spend their free time. Are we together? Number three is that the money, they end up, alcohol is the most expensive drug, although you may not expect it, because per bottle, it doesn't look expensive, isn't it? But it's a social drink. Usually sometimes means a lot, a round and another round. And I hope you also know some whiskeys. They cost like a car. Whiskeys are very expensive. But to tell you, my problem, also the fourth one, I have listed a lot of problems with alcohol from my observation, is that some people are on a trajectory. Some people are drinking and they never get addicted. Others are on their way to deep addiction. Why? The day they'll get stressed, their father dies, their mother is sick, they go to distress with alcohol. The day they lose job, the way they feel anxious, the way they are being rejected, if they feel anything or they are happy, they are celebrating, they go to alcohol. You have seen when we go to a funeral, the alcohol, people are waiting for the funeral to end, they go to alcohol. We go to any party, you go to wedding, anything, their highlight is what? Alcohol. So the alcohol becomes the highlight for their life. When they are depressed or when they are happy, when they are celebrating, when they are struggling, the alcohol becomes the undertone, becomes where they go. Observe that the person is not on a trajectory. Their DNA, they could be coming from a family that starts that way and graduates to deep. Alcohol, when it becomes your source of distress, you don't go to counselors, you go to the bottle. You don't go to friends, you go to prayers, you go to the bottle. It occupies more and more of your free time. It's a trajectory. The only safe person which you cannot predict early is the one who does self-controlled social drinking.
To the single people, the Valentine's is here. It's a moment for you. If you're ready to cross over, then we got you. And we are having the biggest convergence ever at Jacaranda Hotel in Westlands. Why will you miss this one? The Valentine's is gonna be lit because the bachelors and the bachelorettes are gonna meet and mingle, and you might just find some love. Now, to get to this event, get your ticket on www.benjaminzuluglobal.com. It's the Valentine's season. Plan yourself.
All right. Oh, okay. Are they ready?
Yeah, Nini, she can tell her.
What's her name?
Nini.
Nini, please. Nini, you can Nini. Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Yes. I'm such a fan of Nigerian, but I'm currently in the UK, and I'm single.
Oh,
So
that's a good detail. Yes.
I wanted to ask a question in terms of how we can practically navigate the capacity building phase.
Yes.
Because obviously you said you should pick someone who has similar energy like you.
Yes.
In terms of the ETC range.
Yes.
But in terms of the practicality of the capacity building, which you get from a point where you're being paid for your time, then you're paid for your change, and then you're being paid by royalty. It involves hectic work schedules and time-consuming processes.
Yes.
So if two people have similar hectic work schedules and these time-consuming processes,
Yes.
how do they navigate it?
Yes.
Is it a point where one focuses on the woman for a few years and then you focus on the man for the next few years? Because remember, we're navigating this with childbearing and life circumstances at the same time.
Yes.
So how do we do it in a way where we don't break our family or break our love?
Thank you, Nini. You are describing Nini, you are describing a 50-50 marriage. You have a second question?
Yes, a very straightforward one, which is what are your honest thoughts about online dating?
Did you have to make it so direct? Okay, my honest thoughts. Nini, I don't have any other thoughts apart from honest ones. Anyway. All right. Nini, you're describing a 50-50 marriage, and my advice for you is avoid it. Avoid the 50-50 men. Nini is saying, how shall we navigate? We both of us are busy running after careers. No. After you get married, there's a leader and a supporter. When you're doing childbearing, you settle to do childbearing. He goes hunting. Marry a lion, not another sheep. Okay? Marry a man who goes out to hunt and brings home game, and he takes pride in protecting his own. Male lions are the ones who hunt big game. If you go to the wild, the female lions, the lioness, they can gang together and hunt a warthog. They moderate prey. But if it's a bull buffalo that needs to be hunted, is the lion with the mane. The male lion usually has a mane, the black hairs. And it roars. The roar is usually from the male lion. Marry a male lion. The one who can roar and bring big game. Who can roll his sleeves. And because you are giving him generations, you are giving him the biggest gift any man can give a man. A child in his name and in his frame. He honors you enough to say, forget the maternity leave of 3 months for the company. Stay until you're comfortable, we can find another job. Stay close to my children. When children are young, women should work part-time. From childbearing until the child is independent, women should work part-time to take care of the children. If you want also work full-time together with your man, the children will miss out. You will depend on workers and people who don't have long-term interest in your child. You will miss details with your child. You will not be there. The child will learn not to depend on you. You understand? So Nini, marry a leader. Don't marry a 50-50 guy. Even if you're working, don't say, are you willing to do are you willing to do 50-50? No, there's no 50-50. It's 100-100. My 100 sometimes is staying home and taking care of the child. And your 100 is always going out to hunt and protect for us.
What if she wants to be a professor?
What if what?
He wants to be a professor.
What if she also has big dreams, like she wants to be a professor? Are you saying we should choose a lion who has a dream that is complementary to our own dream?
Yes, you can be a professor, you can be anything, Nini, but we are saying the duties of, once you get married, your first priority is not being a professor, it's being a wife. Okay? Home building has husband and wife roles, isn't it? So play the wife roles exclusively. And then the second part about what I think about online dating is this. I was going to tell you about a story of a person who shares your countries. He has a mother who is Nigerian and the father is English. He's called Steve Bartley. You might remember him from Diary of a CEO. He has the second biggest podcast in the world. That guy was in school and he was chased because he was not focusing. He was doing side hustles. He was expelled from school. But they managed to get him another school. He went, Arch College, Manchester University. But after first lesson, he quit. Lesson, not semester. He could not entertain that closed-in thinking. He just wanted to start something of his own. He started a business management, something, networking, whatever, it prospered, but he wanted something of his own. He started a podcast, and today he's celebrated. He interviews the who is who in the world. He has a Nigerian mother who was totally illiterate, but a businesswoman, and a very learned English father. I passed by there to ask you to tell you about online dating. Sometimes when your own parents are multinationals, it's normal to you. So you don't know so much about small groups called countries. You just know even your parents were multinational. When you have been born in Nigeria, studying in the UK, even your social networks are all over. True or false? You meet multinationals. So online is sometimes essential. The only way you can connect with your people of your kind. When you are multinational, the Fionas here coming from Uganda to come to Kenya, they don't feel like they're in a multinational context. They just feel like my fellow Africans here, isn't it? So my answer for you, Nini, is it works, and for multinationals, it's the only way they can meet new people whom they share values. The only warning is this: you do online hookup, not online dating. You meet online, you date offline. You meet, elementary interview. Are you single? How old are you? Are you straight? International questions. We had a few other male, female, custom, other. No, I would rather not say, So after you evaluate those ones online, Nini, when you talk now on phone, when you meet physically, that's when you see, do I like his presence, his size. Cameras don't show size, Nini, okay? And cameras don't show smell, okay, Nini? Cameras don't show eating habits or how he's addicted to his phone. Cameras can't show you his real skin color, filters and all that. Cameras can't show you whether that man has boundaries with females, whether he has debts, whether he knows how to listen, whether he has sympathy. Many things you can't see online. So don't date online. Connect online, date offline. Are we together, Nini? So when you go to that Bumble, Bumble was started by a woman who wanted women to shoot the first shot. Avoid the Bumble. One woman was ridiculed by shooting shot to a man. So the girls laughed at her. So she grew to compensate by building an app that the woman must make the first move. When he makes the first move, what happens? The man feels like he was hunted. So he feels haunted. Okay? If you want to remember, just remember that. You might win him, but he will continue looking for where he can win himself. And feel like he conquered. But these dating apps, many of them are not for marriage. They're for hookups, flings, affairs. You know that? So you can look for maybe Christian ones or whatever. Sometimes for me, what I advise is not the dating app, but social media. Facebook, Instagram. Meet real people living real lives. Inbox from what they're doing. Discuss their career. Talk. Begin conversation there. That one is what I recommend the most for everyone. Because many people are more online than they are offline. Isn't it? Like-minded people, they comment on the same posts. They should share same views. Respond there, online, connect. So if you know about apps, Nini, go to them. But I recommend social media as it is. Perfect. There's a question here. Kindly elaborate more on the issue of men with father wounds and women with father wounds. All right. Very good. And resolved. Thank you for that. The father wound is I want to pick up something David used, the men who are raised by single mothers. I want us to change that word to say men who are raised by absent fathers. Don't blame the one who tried. The single mother tried, isn't it? Blame the one who absconded. Put the blame in the right place, okay? Why attach the word single mother with a bad connotation? Yet she tried. Say the men who grew with an absent father. That's the right expression, isn't it, David? Let's blame the right character. So if you have an absent father, it will wound you in that there will be a hollow and a gap in what you're supposed to do in life. Hollow and a gap. The second element that will change is when your father was too strict, too controlling, too distant, did not validate you, did not see you. He himself was lost in his own world. Side chicks. Some of our fathers are dating our friends. So your friend is, I can be your mother. Hey. So, some of these fathers have wounded us in many ways. This is my solution. to this. Guys, the term healing. Today we're talking about ETC, the energy of love and money and wealth, financial identity. The timeline. There should be a season in your life when you are healing and recovering and dropping all the pains and regrets and the guilt. You know your father wound when you're very angry, when you're very lustful. Actually, when your father wounds, you only know those two emotions. Anger and lust. You crave women and you get angry when you're offended and you turn blue and you change and you shake and you become like poison. You become like venom. You have a lot of deep wounds. Of course, it can come from other things, but father wounds does cause it. Low self-esteem as well for men. That brings a lot of controlling tendencies. Healing. Men, let's normalize therapy. Me, I'm standing here. What you're watching is 150 hours of therapy. I've reached here with 150 compulsory. I did not choose. Sorry, before you congratulate me. I was forced. I went to masters, we were forced to do. And I went to PhD, another, and we had to get a certificate to continue. I thought I don't need it. I just got a therapist. No, it's just for the academic purposes. You know, I can just chat. Just, you know. The psychologists, they know how to take you there. I did not have a relationship with my father, but I learned to be just, you know, just cope. This world, in Africa, you know, you like ambulance, you know, in Africa, we Africans, we have to cope, we have to manage. Many men think like that. And she told me, you're very emotionally avoidant. That's the first time I heard that. You're emotionally avoidant. You avoid feelings because you can't deal with them. You have no vocabulary. She told me, take this paper and write for me 10 feelings you have experienced in the last 1 month. I've been hungry, tired. And she said, you see, you have no emotional bandwidth. You cannot admit that you felt apprehensive, anxious, that you felt uneasy, that you felt wistful when you remembered your childhood, that you felt longing. Those are no more human emotions I know in a month you'll have experienced, but you have no vocabulary for them because your father did not teach you how to describe your feelings. So you are avoidant. You say, I don't, no, men are tough. Men are tough. You're using toughness to avoid. Brothers, one thing you will do, your family, your future family, your wife, your current family, is to go to therapy. You don't have to announce to people what you're doing. Just walk into therapy and say, I just want to discuss my life, particularly around your birthday. When you're turning a year older, turn a year wiser. Many people are just turning older, not wiser. Turn wiser by going to coaches, counselors, get books. One of the books I've written is called Gentleman's Playbook. And but it is coming. The Gentleman's Playbook, I wrote it to tell men the secret ways men become wise men. What changed me, part of what I put there, was to learn fatherly dialogue. Fatherly dialogue. There's a guy who grew without a father and he started a YouTube channel called Dad, How Do I? And it became one of the most famous channels. Just Dad, How Do I? Fatherly dialogues. I was longing for fatherly dialogue. I wanted to know, Daddy, what about women? Daddy, what's safe about? Daddy, what's about discipline? This, men, you should get this book and read it under the table. Some of these books don't show people what you're reading. You read at home and you mind your business. They will see the character later. Don't show them the instruments. You know, this one I was writing for my sons and my brothers. And today we are launching a book for women. You heard about it? About how to play like a lady. Women are very hungry. They tend to inquire more. They are more in this meeting. Women attend in bigger numbers. They go to church in bigger numbers. They come to counseling in bigger numbers. Women show up more in places of life. Men are self-contented, self-ego. And it's me. Where was Adam when a snake was preaching to his wife? A sermon with application. I mean, it went all the way. I think he was just under a tree somewhere yawning. Men have a tendency just be off yawning. Hey. And sometimes you can be home. I remember my wife telling me sometimes I'm home, but I'm not present. I'm lost in my own job. I'm locked somewhere in office. I'm working. You know, it's supposed to be attuned. Is there a child crying? Is there something, some movement? It's supposed to be aware. Sometimes men, we are there, but we are not there. Brothers, the men who came here are princes. There's a lady who asked, where shall we find the men if they're not working? Even here, I can't see men as many as the women. The Bible says, none shall lack a mate in their time. Remember that verse? There's a preacher, you remind me where it is, but I remember there's a verse like that. None shall lack their mate in their season. When you believe and build yourself, God did not forget to build your partner for you. I left campus without a girlfriend. And they told me, you won't find anybody out there. Everybody's taken. Guys, get out here with a second degree. Get a person so that out there. I knew I was in transitions. And if I get somebody, I'll be lying to them. We were graduating the law and I couldn't see myself as a lawyer. And also, the girls there were all of them under 25. They were so fluctuating, so unstable, so emotional. When I finished finding who I was, and I went out there searching, like Rebecca and Isaac, we surely met. You, Rebecca, you'll meet your Isaac. Just finish your preparation. I hope you know what Joseph Miners told us, that when he was ready and hungry, starting with his grandmother's example, when the student was ready, the teacher appeared. And now he's ready to be ushered into manhood. Bro, take another 3 years and got a very high gears. Before you talk to a woman, right now if you talk to any woman, she will accept. I hope you know that. You have a future. You know women can get future. You are driven. If you go out there with scarcity, and you want to sleep with a woman this weekend, she will come running and she will never leave. When you're a good man, getting a woman is easy. Getting rid of her is the headache part. If you go drawing lines, some of them even invoke you, then it's acumenitopa. Then you kuja uniokote. You see, come pick me up. Just to tell you, it's possible to heal if you have been wounded by a father. Joseph has healed through mentorship and hunger. You can find physical mentors, brother. Some of you can't think of a man you can talk to physically. Sometimes, Gabriel will tell you, after you hit a certain age, you can no longer meet physical mentors. You don't have time. You learn this way. You learn through materials. So for now, if you have physical mentors, utilize them. Because also they have their need. For you to be mentored, you have to serve them, isn't it? You have to be the errand boy. What are you paying them? If they teach you lessons of life, they send you to take their kids to school. You become their chauffeur. There's a cost also to be mentored. But we can't stop growing just because we got married or we grew up. This man will leave the physical mentorship, but he will continue this kind of setup, where for a day he has collected lessons. He has collected books. Thank you very much. Lunch I prolonged. I'd be told to add 20 minutes. And the app, let me pick this one in 2 minutes. Is there somebody who's banning the question? Yes, there's. Since she had talked, we have 3 here. That lady had lifted and she did not talk. Please give her, the lady right over there. This is the second time she's lifting. Then if we don't manage this, I'm sure we'll pick after lunch.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
My name is Margaret, and I'm single.
Wow, most
I have
welcome.
2 questions.
Yes.
One is on timelines.
Yes.
In a situation where some of us, you find you have to start all over again. You had invested so much in marriage, you've lost, and you have to start all over.
Yes.
And you had your timelines, you had your targets, you had emotional attachment, investment, all that. How do you pick it up and where do you start? You find now this time you're also fighting with the middle-age crisis, and you feel you have so much that you need to attain. Where do you start from? Question number 2 is on femininity.
Yes.
To the career women, you find yourself in the fields perceived to be more masculine. And you find it is too much in you that you even forget you're a woman.
I know, yes.
How now do you balance that you now have to have that space of being feminine?
Thank you so much. I can see you in a power suit, so I know why they say that. You're smart, but you look very corporate. So thank you for being conscious. Let me answer the first one. How do you reorganize when somebody disorganized you? We experience that, isn't it? Somebody finds you in your comfort zone or in your happy life and they carry you away only to damage you further. You know, human beings are funny, eh? I like your fly, I like the way you glow. You know, somebody, I saw that meme, a rabbit asking, being asked by a goat, you know, I like the way you are peace, I like the way you live peacefully, and the rabbit is asking, that way you are disturbing it. Eh? People like your peace until they disturb it, you know. People like the way you are beautiful until they make you ugly, you know. This is the answer. Margaret, there's a whole series of women in the Bible who only prospered in their second marriage, but they are not preachable. It's not a good sermon. My sister from Uganda, remind me your name? Kansime. When did Bathsheba find her destiny? Second marriage. When did Ruth find her destiny? And the Abigail. And that prostitute, was she married anyway? We can say second life, okay? Second life. There are many people who God worked with. If you read Matthew 1 in the genealogy, there are women written in Matthew 1. Jews don't put women in genealogy, just like African in most cultures. It's the male names. But why were women put there? All the women that were put there were not proper women. They were not living traditional, got virgin, married as a virgin, had her children, clean life. No. It was women like Bathsheba. It was women like Ruth. Ruth was like a Muslim married to a Christian. That's how opposite she was from Boaz. She clung to Naomi, the mentor, and changed her destiny. The genealogy of Christ himself contains foreigners. I'm comforting you this. Sometimes when life goes south, that's when it goes right. Naomi came back saying, don't call me Naomi, which means pleasant. Call me Mara, bitter. God has dealt bitterly with me. She thought she's bitter. The husband died, children died, and the names of the children are also funny. Marlon and Kilion, disease and finished. That's the meaning of those names. So, the children died, and she's come back empty only with her foreign daughter-in-law. She did not know that the death of the 3 men was when God was going to plant the man who would make her now the grandmother to Obed. Obed was the father to Jesse, Jesse father to David. And that's how Naomi was plugged with the eternal genealogy of Christ after disasters. When disaster happens, just know God is not surprised. Believe there's another chapter and move on. David buried the chapter where he did such a bad thing, killed a man out of lust, picked the wife. He did not run away from God, become a backslider. Some people become backsliders and they live there. David came back and he lived well. That's why he still got Solomon. From that funny arrangement that God now forgot and laughed, they even nicknamed David and Solomon Jedidiah because of the Lord. You can find love of God even after disasters. Don't write yourself off. So start afresh from where you are and believe there is a cause. Okay? The second question. How do you bring femininity? What happens, Margaret, is oh yeah, lunch is ready. Thank you so much. The reason women become masculine is when they are being hurt so much and they have to survive. They have to protect themselves and they have to be careful. They have to be alone. They are forced into a corner. So after breakups, divorces, things, many women just toughen up to get money, to secure their life, take care of the children. Just they forget about these other things, first of all, to secure survival. So when a woman has been on survival mode, pain, self-protection, those kind of things, she becomes obviously hardened, tough out of necessity. Okay? Femininity is vulnerable because it makes you soft, relatable, and you attract a lot of attention. There's a time a woman does not want anybody's attention. She wants just to deal with life, isn't it? It was a season, Margaret. Just close it like a season. Say, the season for my toughness is over. I was a soldier because I was at war. The war is over. Remove that apron of war and then soften, relate, smile, release your face. Some of you can see a permanent fold on your face. The way you've been at war, you're looking at everybody like a suspect. The training of military people and police is to treat everybody like a suspect. They always look twice so that you blink. They come and search you. Treat it like a season, Margaret, and bring it to a close and say, it's my time for softness. Softness is not laziness. You still continue working your job, but now you lead with beauty. You lead with identity and rootedness and settled. If you find a woman who has learned her femininity, she attracts better salary, better positions. People are more comfortable in her presence. She's secure. She's more reassuring. She has standards, not attitudes, standards. What she expects of, how she conducts herself, where she lives, how she's open, how she's authentic, how she communicates. She does not even scream. She doesn't need to shout. She's calm-spoken but very firm. Calm and firm. And she dictates the environment because of who she is. Is that clean, Margaret? Let us go for lunch. You can come and release people. Sylvia, if you take lunch quickly, we will be back here and do session 2. There are 2 questions here we didn't answer. We'll answer them when you come back. Thank you so much, guys.
There are conversations that shape how we live. Conversations that help us navigate challenges of life. Conversations that bring out the best in us. This is where we gather to help each other find the way and unleash our potential. Welcome to the Benjamin